Yes, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy, back again with another big update around Arsenal. Today, I'm really dealing with closed deals, really closed deals. So, of course, I'll speak about a couple of speculation and stories around the club. But I want to discuss really closed deals, deals that are really close. And today, Lokonga is expected to arrive in England, do his medicals, and probably go into quarantine. He might not be announced as an Arsenal player as yet, but you expect his medical today, according to reports from Belgium. And Arsenal are apparently now interested in Samuel Umtiti with Manchester United. Reports from Spain indicate. Do smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel, lads. I do not have a sponsor. I should be putting off that one expert thing. So I do not have a sponsor. If you want to advertise with me, my numbers are in the description as well as my email. So make sure you do check out my contacts. Do advertise, and because if you do want to support the channel, use my numbers, use my email, use my Twitter handle Cossy, and follow me on Instagram as well on Cossy19. I'll be very glad to have you guys chatting different Arsenal things. So let's start off with a couple of reports that I've seen, and this is from Voet Balbrank in Belgium, and they're saying Anderlecht and Arsenal want to finalize the deal for Albert Lokonga this week. Lokonga is waiting for a call to leave for London to complete his medical test, and that is expected to happen today. The player can pack up his bags after a deal was finalized between Arsenal and Anderlecht. So of course, I spoke about this yesterday, and it's a done deal. It's a total done deal. The only problem we had with Anderlecht, we had agreed a deal in principle, 17 million pounds plus 4 million pound, 17 million euros plus 4 million euros in add-ons. A deal in principle was agreed, but there's only one problem: a sell-on clause, and of course those can be very difficult. They can lead transfers to collapse. It was it is reportedly the same reason as to why Arsenal failed to get Emi Buendia, a sell-on clause, because Aston Villa had a 10% sell-on clause, and Norwich wanted it, and Arsenal was saying, there is no way we're giving you a sell-on clause on Emi Buendia. We either pay your money and walk out of the deal, or we are not here for negotiations. And finally, we fell on the deal. So Albert Lokonga arrives today. Probably he will do his medicals today. If he arrives early, he must go into quarantine. Of course, you have the the COVID restrictions and things like that. But you expect him to arrive, in England very soon. Of course, that makes him the second signing Arsenal is bringing in this summer. The first one being Nuno Tavares, who's quarantining at the moment. We are still waiting for an official confirmation from Arsenal Football Club that they have the player, in their respective premises. But of course, those two players this week should be done deals. Of course, after the Euros, that is after Sunday next week, you expect Ben White to sign very soon as well. So those are the two done deals. Now we have at the moment Albert Lokonga should be doing his medicals at Arsenal today, arriving in London today as well. So probably there is we must have a trend plaque. It's called a flight tracking session, and Arsenal fans are so good at that. So Albert Lokonga, welcome to Arsenal. Hope we wish you all the best. I hope his quality. I hope his quality, because I don't want to sign players that are really shit. So I hope his quality is gonna. I hope he's gonna bring in that extra flavor we want in the Arsenal team. Now, a couple of reports I've been looking at, and I've decided to talk about only one of them, and that is Samuel Umtiti. The Daily Star. This is what the Daily Star's written. Arsenal and Manchester United could make a bid to sign Barcelona defender Samuel Umtiti in the transfer window, according to reports in England. The Daily Star is reporting that the Spanish side are facing some financial difficulties due to the impact of the coronavirus and some poor handling of their wage bill. The same article states that FC Barcelona haven't been able to register new signings, such as Sergio Aguero, due to exceeding La Liga strict salary cap. According to the same story, the La Liga giants are looking to offload some of their French players in order to make room for their wage bill to add Aguero as well as to resign Lionel Messi. The Daily Star is reporting that Umtiti is refusing to resign his current contract to leave Barcelona, looking to offload the. Sorry for that. The Daily Star is reporting that Umtiti is refusing to cancel his contract to leave Barcelona. However, the club is looking to offload the player in the current window. So I've talked about Barcelona and their situation. Someone was telling me to speak about Barcelona and the Lionel Messi situation. And if you're watching, this is what is going this is what's going going on. First and foremost, I don't think Arsenal are interested in signing in signing Samuel Umtiti. We are signing in Ben White, and that is enough. Yeah, you might think we might need in a backup defender, especially with the experience that Samuel Umtiti has got. But for me, ever since he left Lyon and joined Barcelona, that was the end of Umtiti. Look, I love Umtiti as a player. I've rated him when he was still playing in France and Lyon. I think was a decent centre back. Going to Barcelona, he's been there for a couple of seasons really, and you really can't say he's had a lot of progressions, a lot of progression in his career in my own view. And I wouldn't take him at Arsenal. I don't think he's Premier League fit. I don't think he's Premier League fit for a club like Arsenal that wants to play transition of football, get this ball from the back and get it up front. You would love a player like Samuel Umtiti because he's got the confidence, he's got the ball playing skills. But in terms of defending in the Premier League, there's a big question for me. I don't think he is your man. I don't think Arsenal should be going for Samuel Umtiti. United, I don't think they're gonna drop interest in Rafa Varane and sign Samuel Umtiti. So what I think is either the agent of Samuel Umtiti is driving this, or Barcelona themselves, because they know they need to move on the player. So probably it could be Barcelona or the agent trying to secure a good deal. Of course, if you link a player to Arsenal and United, probably Napoli can come in for him, probably Everton, something like that. So I expect a lot of players to leave Barcelona. So the situation with Barcelona, guys, as I wind up, the situation at Barcelona is a little bit difficult. One, Barca is having financial problems. We've heard of how they've been mismanaged, how their finances have been mishandled, and things like that. And I think one of their big problems is Messi. And it's a problem in two ways. One, it's getting a lot of money, and now they have to rework on their payment, on their payment structure in order to fit Lionel Messi in those wages. The other two problem is they can't let him go because he seems the most valuable asset, the most valuable player they have. So I think they just can't imagine themselves without Lionel Messi. And you do understand it, honestly. You do understand it. Barcelona without Messi, but they've got to let him go. And I've already said this. Yes, he's a very important player. I love Barcelona. I support Barcelona in Spain. But yeah, look, Barca is bigger than Messi. This whole phenomenon is trying to show that Messi is bigger than Barcelona. It's not true. It's not right. Barcelona is actually far bigger than Lionel Messi, and that is what Barcelona have got to do. If it's 1 year or 2 years or 3 years of correcting, of adapting to life without Lionel Messi, they've got to accept it. They've got to pay the price. They have a lot of upcoming talents in Pedri. I think Pedri for me was my player of the tournament. In that Spanish side, he was absolutely disgusting. He was a joke. An absolute joke. So I think you have such talents in Pedri. Then you have players like Ansu Fati, who I think are coming up. You have signed Aguero. I don't think it was a good deal. I mean, if you let Luis Suarez go and sign Kun Aguero, at times I'm not really contented with that. But I think he will score the goals because he's a goal poacher. The only thing I have, the only problem I have with him is his injury record. But you can see what they're trying to do is sign in more free agents, sign in more players that don't need to, that won't require them to spend, and actually letting players off that are taking a lot of money in terms of wages and so that they can actually balance the books. But at some point in time, Barca have got to let Messi go. in order to rebuild the structure of his team. He's never going to be manager at Barca. He's never going to be assistant manager at Barca. What? When he retires as a player, what then? Do you make him, CEO? Do you make him assistant CEO? Do you make him, chief scout? What do you do? So I think at some point in time, they've got to let Messi go so that they can actually adapt to life without Messi. The fear is justified that without Messi, Barcelona is going to struggle. The fear is really justified. It's like Arsenal letting Thierry Henry go. That is when we last saw Arsenal happy. That is the last time. So it's justified. He's the best goal scoring player. He's the best, he's the best, creative player in terms of shot creating actions, and things like that. But at some point in time, you've got to take the transition. You've got to accept time. You've got to accept destiny. So for me, Barca, and I think Samuel Umtiti will leave. He's one of the players that are going to be sacrificed. Mladen Pjanic is another that's going to be sacrificed, together with a couple of players like Trincao, who I think is a very, very good player. Very nice lad. He's also going to be sacrificed. Is he going to Wolves? I think, not Leeds. I think Wolves. And I think Leeds have also signed a player from Barca. And really, for me, what that shows me is they're just desperate. Barca is just desperate to throw anyone under the bus as long as they get to keep Messi. However, done deal. Albasame Lokonga medical today is expected, as well as he is expected to arrive in England as well as do his medicals. Medical booked and scheduled. Well, look, I've had a couple of reports that maybe the medical could be done in way back in Belgium, but more and more reports are saying the medical is gonna be done in England. So we wait for that. My name is Cossy. Do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. I'll be coming back at exactly around 2 p.m. with another update, and I will come live at 6 when we discuss more and go into the polls, the voting. Look, today I don't know who we should go for on that poll, because I have Sabitzer on, I have Masha Sabitzer on, I have Housem Hour on probably, but we have voted about Housem Hour. We have voted about Housem Hour, so maybe we should do a Sabitzer. So who do you want to vote on or in the poll? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.